right, thanks for joining us today. We're going to get straight to it. We already got this first brick busted open, and we are going to open the boosters now and see what we got. Then we'll go straight into the second brick. So we're doing a case today. We're going to go through it pretty quick, and then after we look at all the figures to see what the distribution is, we'll take a look at some of the cooler ones in the set, maybe take a real quick closer look at those. All right, let's get right to it. All right, so here, right off the bat, there is super rare Death Bird. And we're just going to quickly take a look so you have an idea of what you can be seeing in your pre-release and release day, and even the cases that you get yourself, so you can kind of see the distribution. Okay. All right, let's move on to the second one. All right, in there, here's what we have. It looks like that is yep, it's a brood, and then we had one in the first one too, so two of those to start with. Okay, third booster. Oh, all right, so there is, so we had a super rare in our first one, and here is the, I think that's the rare prime, which is right there, Omega Red Prime. Okay, and then the Sentinel is in here too. Those generic Sentinels are going to be some pretty cool sideline figures. We'll take a look at that guy in a second. Okay, so we got our prime, a rare prime that maybe, we'll see what else we get in here. All right, let's take a look. So who is that? That is Exodus is the rare. And the next one. Looks like we got Tempo as the rare in this one. Looks like that's two blobs in this case, in this brick of this case so far. Oh, let's see, who do we have in the bubble wrap? In here. And that would be good. It goes with the two broods that we looked at. Here is the Brood Queen. So check out that cool sculpt. All right, maybe we'll take a closer look at what she does. Okay, next one. Looks like we got the Liliandra is the rare in here. Okay, three more left. Another bubble wrap. This is, there's who we got in here. Oh, and there is a super rare in there. Let's take a look at it. It's Blackheart. He's going to be a fun one to play. We'll take a look at him too. Take a look at his card in a second. Okay, let's see who is in the bubble wrap. All right. Okay, last two. what's in this booster. Okay, and then last one, and then I'll bust out these figures and be right back with them in a little bit more detail. But let's see that last piece, last booster. Another Sentinel, and it looks like Malice as the rare. Look, he's even sticking out of the booster wrapper. All right, so let's see, what was that? We had the Prime in this brick. So we got a rare Prime. We got 3 super rares. We got the Brood Queen, Blackheart, and okay. All right, let's we'll be right back after I pull these guys out, and we'll take a look at them together. All right, so we busted out those figures. The distribution was actually pretty good. So at the uncommon rarity, there was no duplicates in the brick. The rares, no duplicates. We ended up with 3 super rares and 1 rare prime. So all in all, pretty good. Unlike the generics, the Sentinels, there were 2 of them. The Broods, there was 2 of those. And that there were 2 multiple mans, so you need multiples of those. And then really there was only a couple duplicates at the common level. So all in all, pretty good. Not a lot of duplicates like you might see in some of the other distributions recently. All right, let's take a look at just a couple of the figures real quick. The sculpt we'll look at first. So let's see if we can get this guy up close here and focus in. Okay, so if you can notice on Blackheart, they even got his little base there. It's kind of like a translucent red. But notice his claws. They even got the details of the claws of his hands. And even in these dark parts, if you can see it there, that detail's pretty cool. All right. And then you can really notice the difference in the details on the sculpts. In this set, I think even more so than in the last one, in the DC set. Okay, so Brood Queen looks pretty bug-like, so pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at we'll look at Blackheart's card real quick, and we'll probably feature this in its own video too. So what Blackheart does is put in the Hell and Hellfire Club. He has leadership. When he uses it and succeeds, you may instead generate a Hellfire Club guard on click number 1. Then you can take a power action to turn all of the all friendly Hellfire Club guards onto click 9. And we'll take a look at the guards card in a second. But then what also you got going on here is a second trait, which is if a character has been KO'd since your last turn, Blackheart deals penetrate and damage. That means even this current turn. So if one of your friendlies attacks first, KOs somebody, now this turn, Blackheart is dealing penetrate and damage. If your opponent KO'd somebody last turn, then Blackheart is also dealing penetrate and damage. So make sure you don't overlook that that it possibly can occur on your turn also, since it is since your last turn. All right, and then free. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, KO a friendly Hellfire Club guard. If you did, remove all action tokens from Blackheart, heal him 1 click, and after resolutions, he can use either charge or run and shot as free. Now, if you look at the back of his card, what I just read was his trait. So you can, if you play him at 150 or 75, you're going to have a couple clicks before he hits he has 2 stop clicks at the end. You could use that trait anytime that you might need it, But the way that interacts with the stop clicks is pretty cool. So he has 2 stop clicks at the end of the dial. What that says is stop, mastermind. Blackheart has the cosmic energy team ability, and then when this click is first revealed, generate a Hellfire Club guard. So you hit that stop click. When that click is first revealed, when the click is first revealed, not the power, he's going to generate the guard. Okay, now he's going to have mastermind there. So if somebody tries to follow up, if your opponent tries to follow up with a second attack, maybe you'll be able to mastermind it onto that guard that you just made. Maybe your opponent doesn't have the ability to follow up or doesn't hit. Now you have that guard on the board, and you can activate his trait next turn, where you can KO the guard, heal him 1 click, get him off that stop click, and that's a free action. So he could then follow up with his free charge or run-in shot, and he's going to have, if he's on click number 7, you KO the guard, you're going to be on click 6. He's going to have flurry blades on that click, and the free run-in shot or charge. So depending on what the situation is, he could KO the guard, heal up to the next click, click 6. He could run-in shot, or he could charge, get in close, and then take advantage of that flurry as a power action, flurry blades. So you have some things you can do there. Pretty cool interaction. On the guard, what he's bringing to the table here is going to be a trait, which is adjacent friendly characters with the Hellfire Club keyword can use Mastermind, but only to choose Hellfire Club Guard. So that's going to play well with Blackheart, even though he has the Mastermind on his stop click. If he gets his leadership and generates the Hellfire Club Guards, their trait's going to kick in, and then Blackheart can use that Mastermind on any click to give the damage to Hellfire Club Guard. Okay, the guards also have the special movement, which is Flight, Charge, and Flurry. That is only going to be on click 9. So you can see that Blackheart could generate them on leaderships on these top 3 clicks. He can take a power action then and change them all, 1 or more, all the friendlies onto click 9, which is Charge, Flurry, Flight, paired up with Blades, Toughness, Exploit. So you're going to get a 25 point piece that could be coming in from leadership. So it doesn't even have to be on your starting force. Blackheart can make them. Then he can power action, charge, blades, exploit with flight. Super good. So you'll probably want to have a few of these if you're playing Blackheart, so that you can get that super strong click 9 going on. All right, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We're going to do the second video here on the second brick of this case, so jump back in and join us for that one. Check it out. If you dig what we do, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.